The Obama administration has secretly delayed deportation of more than 56,000 illegal immigrants from Central America. The bombshell reported by the New York Times. And Donald Trump today, in a meeting with border agents, said federal officials have instructed Border Patrol agents not to deport illegal immigrants so they can remain in this country and vote in November. Joining me now, Niger Innis. He's national spokesperson for the Congress on Racial Equality. He is chairman of Tea Party Forward. Niger, great to see you again and great to have you with us here tonight.
Thank you, Lou. The
claim that the Obama administration is doing this for voting purposes to affect the outcome, I mean, it's consonant with everything else we're hearing. The reason for the surge in illegal immigrants and the registration of illegal immigrants broadly.
It is, frankly, I consider it an act of treason to not enforce the law. And if the administration, any way, shape, or form is doing this for political purposes, that heightens the degree of treason that is being committed by the administration, by a president of the United States who swore to uphold the laws and execute the laws of the United States on the Constitution. It's frightening.
Niger, I honestly cannot think of any area of law enforcement in which he has performed his constitutional duties. As a matter of fact, the entire Homeland Security Department and its leadership is frankly rancid with corruption and inaction in the interest of the American people, our border security, the sovereignty of the nation. Would you agree?
Well, I tell you, it is not an accident that the Border Patrol Union, I think for the first time, or certainly rare time, one of the few times, but I actually believe it was the first time in history actually endorsed a presidential candidate, and they rallied behind Donald Trump. I had the opportunity to look at a transcript of some of the discussion that was had today when Trump sat with many of them, and these folk were really complaining and really in pain to the degree to which the administration and the higher-ups within the department, I suppose, that oversees this department and their abilities to enforce the law, how their hands have been tied, how they have been handcuffed from doing what it is their job to do, which is enforce the laws of the United States of America.
Yeah, I know many of the people in both the Border Patrol Council, the Union for the Border Patrol Agents, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, which, by the way, this is the first time that Immigration and Customs Enforcement has supported a presidential candidate in an election. Both of these groups are responsible for law and order in preserving the sovereignty of the nation and for enforcing our immigration laws. We have heard so little discussion here in the waning days of this campaign broadly because, frankly, Hillary Clinton promises amnesty in 100 days of having taken office if she were to be elected. This is corruption. This is compounded with her insistence on a 550% increase in the number of refugees into this country, which we know because the director of the FBI said that we can't vet them. By the way, this is the same FBI director who certified that Hillary Clinton is a liar. 6 times he did so before Congress, and yet she is still apparently a viable candidate in the minds of many. It's stunning stuff, Niger, don't you think?
It really does look like the Twilight Zone sometimes if you look at this election, and the fact that a major candidate for one of our country's oldest, actually our country's oldest political party, the Democrat Party, could be the standard bearer and president of the United States, when most of the American people to this day still believe that the charges that Director Comey laid out was more than enough information and more than enough evidence for an indictment for this individual. But, you know, nevertheless, I think that the American people are casting judgment because in spite of whatever missteps that Donald Trump has made as a first-time candidate that's somewhat expected, in spite of the missteps that he has made, he is within range. I think a Fox poll just came out that shows him within a couple of points of Hillary Clinton. This is after the whole kerfuffle with him and Miss Universe, after the second half of the debate performance. And what it tells me is that Hillary Clinton has a feeling.
As you described it, and I have to say this, it was manufactured. It was manufactured by the Hillary Clinton campaign in coordination and orchestration with the national left-wing media in this country. And by the way, was it a mistake on his part? Absolutely. But make no doubt about it. It was perpetuated. Yeah, it was. And by the way, shame on him for getting suckered into it. This debate this weekend, I mean, he is campaigning for the first time with Paul Ryan in the 1st District in Wisconsin. He will be in his second debate. And his town hall meeting on Thursday evening, I thought he was terrific. It looks like he is now ready to prepare. He's ready to take her on in a very serious way as the candidate of the people. But the other thing I can't get over is people don't look at one thing. She needs this job desperately to protect the Clinton cartel and all of the corruption that flows from it. And he is taking a cut in pay. He is a man sacrificing a life of great comfort and luxury to serve the American people. And not enough people in this country are focusing on that reality. Do you think?
I think that was very well put, and I think you're exactly right. To just add even more to what you just said, I think the Clinton Foundation and their crony allies around the world that have invested in the Clinton machine and the Clinton Foundation, that this election is worth not millions, it is worth billions of dollars. And that is a dramatic contrast to what Mr. Trump is putting on the line. Actually, he is spending his own money, and quite frankly, by putting his name and just letting it all out there for the public to see, you could actually legitimately argue that he is risking millions of dollars of his own name and his own brand versus the Clintons, who clearly are protecting millions, if not billions of dollars for themselves and their cronies around the world that are invested in them.
Untold numbers of secrets, Niger. Untold numbers of secrets. Niger Innis, great to have you with us. It's great to see you.
Thank you, Lou.
Thanks so much, Niger.